Hi, I'm Martial Arts Master Bill Fitzpatrick, welcoming you to Lesson 1 of Master Small Business Course number 2. I'm so glad to see that you're back studying, because that tells me that, you understand the core values as expressed in your action principles. Our first lesson is to use observation as our guideposts. We are masters of success. That means that we're alert and aware. Be honest, how many average people do you see around you? Well, average people are everywhere. How many people in business are just going through the motions in their careers and kind of dying just a little bit every day? Many average workers see their careers as almost hopeless. Somehow they become victims of powerful economic forces beyond their control. What average workers think about is, it's almost self-defeating. I'm a postal worker and my life is schlepping mail from house to house every day, boring day. Or I work at Macy's. They don't pay very much. Or my brother-in-law, he's the boss. He owns the trucks and the equipment. He calls all the shots. These average people are like horses with blinders on. They can't see beyond what's right in front of their faces. They can't see the big picture. Or they don't want to see the big picture. Let's say you work at the post office. Well, if you work at the post office, you got a good job, good benefits. But, let's be honest, you still have plenty of time, lots of time, to run a successful part-time business. You could do that. Or, let's say that you work at Macy's. You could start as a salesperson and get noticed, network, connect. And through persistence, determination, hard work, research, schmoozing, you could get yourself selected for the Macy's Executive Training Program and someday work your way into a six-figure salary at Macy's. And who's stopping you from doing that? Maybe you're somebody who works for your brother-in-law. Your brother-in-law makes a good week's pay because he owns the trucking company. Is your brother-in-law some kind of a Superman, some kind of a great financial genius? Probably not. Why can't you decide that you're going to do the same thing, that you're going to get yourself an SBA, a small business loan, and buy your own trucks and buy your own equipment? Are most average people stupid? No. But most average people do lack ambition and the willingness to take a risk. Average people can pretend that, what their bosses are doing or their companies are doing or their industry is doing is so overwhelming that it's beyond their control. So all average people really have to do to feel comfortable is to hang out with other average people, everyone nodding at each other in agreement, and no one challenging each other's complaints. From the first Master Small Business course, you know George the bus drivers, and you know his story, and you know Kevin's story. These were men of action, masters of success, who challenged themselves, pushed themselves to excel. The purpose of these Master Small Business courses is to help you convince yourself that, hey, I have all of the skills and all of the core values that George and Kevin have. George is going to have a very comfortable life. Kevin is going to get rich. In this course, and in Master Small Business course number 3, you're going to meet and be able to identify with characters that are going to become wealthy. There are really, if you think about it, 3 levels of extraordinary success. There's the first level, that's the comfortable level, and that means, you have a nice house, nice car, good school for your kids. Then there's that next level, which is being rich. Rich means really nice houses, summer houses, maybe a membership in the country club, a sports car. Then there's that wealthy level, the entourage lifestyle, private jets, limos. Really, in life, what you're doing is making choices, so you're choosing one. You can choose comfortable or rich or wealthy, or you can choose dull, boring, average, and lazy. Actually, you don't have to choose dull, boring, or lazy. Just don't make a choice, and life will choose a low-level existence for you. You have one life. You make your choice. As a master of success, as an Action Principles champion, your choice is to be proactive. Reach for the stars. Or what is a heaven for? You are a master of success, an Action Principles champion. You deserve, you choose. Many people from your generation, from the younger generation, seem to have come from privileged backgrounds. You can look at it that way. You can actually look at that and say, hey, a lot of these people may be privileged, but, at the same time, they're screwed. They've never had to work hard. Mommy and Daddy has always been there holding their hands. They think they've gotten good educations. Well, did they? How good is your education if you majored in communications, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and decide that you want to work in law enforcement? How good is your education if you majored in psychology and are now working behind the counter at Starbucks or not working at all? It's a fact. Within 5 years, most college graduates are not working in the fields in which they studied. And most still need mom and dad for some support well into their 20s, and some well beyond. There's a whole new school of psychology called the emerging adults. Go ahead, Google that term, emerging adults. These are kids who are in their 20s, even their 30s, who are dependent on their parents. These emerging adults see their 20s as a time for reflection and fun. What's up with that? Is that someone thinking, well, I'm going to become a big grown-up person when I reach 30, when I reach 35, maybe 40? Emerging adults, come on. Are you kidding me? You're a thinking person of action. You're figuring out why winners win, why losers lose. Look around the world. That's our lesson, alert and aware. You're alert and aware. You're awake. You see how successful businesses operate. The opportunities to find new ideas for your business, they're everywhere. As a consumer yourself, you're learning every day. Every single store you enter, you're learning something. Every encounter with a salesperson, you are learning something. Are you getting a friendly hello or an apathetic snub? You pick up your daily newspaper, an ad attracts your attention, or on the internet. Why? What are you learning? Guarantees, warranties, durability, quality. Every day you are learning about businesses. Who are the best business people? And why are they the best business people? Alert, aware, awake, come on. Observe the people who make $20,000 a year and the people who make $200,000 a year and the people who are asleep on the couch. This is the self-education which you must devote yourself to. And when does this observation, research, thinking, planning, self-education ever stop? Well, if you're a master of success and action principles champion, it never stops. A master of success, an action principles champion, a thinking person of action now and forever. In our main story in this course, you're going to meet Anna Lopez, a wonderful young woman working as a membership director in a museum. Now, Anna feels lucky to have majored in art and now be able to work in the art field. Yet, as you will see with Anna, as you have seen with George and Kevin, settling for just an average life is just not enough for her. In her quiet time, her 20 minutes of quiet time every day, she's thinking, I can do more. You know, she doesn't feel average. She does feel special. She is special. Anna is not going to settle for less than all that she can be. What is the all? What can Anna become? This is our next business journey as we follow Anna to success, beginning with a job that has limited advancement potential to a career with unlimited potential. Let me give you a hint at what is to follow for Anna. Anna is going to become a big success. And it will happen relatively quickly. Let me tell you something that's even more important. As a master of success, as an action principles champion, well, you can do exactly the same thing. What Anna is about to do in her business, you can do in your business. This is a big deal. This is your big deal. So, let's go ahead and do it.